Hey everyone, my name is DEVRAJ Parmar. I am currently in my third year of BTech, studying computer science engineering at HGSITS Indore. Today, I am really excited to share something I have been working on my skill development lab. This whole video is about this project which I have been working in my skill development lab. It it's project called the Excel file merger system. So just to give you an idea of what this project is all about, let's go through the slides and presentation. A little bit about this project. How? So before we jump into the demo, let me show you which Excel file we are going to merge. This will help you to understand how this demo will go and the tool will work. Okay, let me show you the Excel files we will be merging. This will help you to understand how the tool works. The first one is this is the first file which contains student marks for the subject. So uh, it has the column name, student roll number, and I will open it for you. Roll number and top column. And then this is the second file in which there is a common column name roll number, which is must for the file, and the second one which contain the marks from agile subject. And here we go with the third file. In this file, there is one column name student means roll number, which is the same in all the three files, and the network marks and the DBMS marks. Are heading toward the demo of the project. I open this all workplace in Visual Studio Code. Here is our project structure. So this is for demo. I just run the server. I got the message from uh, terminal that server is running at port 3000. So I just jump to the Chrome and paste localhost slash colon 3000. This is the port which is I used for it. And yeah, this is our Excel file merge tool. This is a small description about our tool for the newcomer or the person who don't know about the tool. He can get idea about it. So here I can choose three files, choose any number of the file. I will select these three files. These are the files which I just talk about. I am selecting and open this. Um, Now I will click on the merge file button. This tool will automatically detect the common column, such as roll number in our case, and maybe if you have a different file name, student ID or name, then it merge data from across all the subjects. So I click on merge file. It's processing now, and we get our data in another Excel file. I can save it. So this is the output file. I it. So here we got what we needed. This is the roll number, which is the common column across the table. The top numbers, agile, network, and DBMS. These are the we get from this multi file from all the different files. Top number is from one file, agile marks are from the different file, and networks and DBS marks from this file. So now that you can see how the tool works, now let's dive into all the objective of the code. Yeah, let's dive into it. So before the objective, just to give you an idea about what this project is all about. Imagine this common situation in college. We have different teachers and all have different duties. Apart from teaching to the student, they also have other tasks just to take your attendance, your mark, your numbers, and all the things. Uh, let's say they have many Excel files. They have to maintain many Excel files. Let's say one file for the attendance, another for marks from different subjects, and maybe even more for other records. So by the end of semester or the month, when everything need to be compiled, like for the final report of attendance, um, at the end of month, so it's usually the coordinator who was given the tough task of combining all these files. You can picture it. I think I almost should pictured it. So each teacher got their own format, their own way of arranging things. So the process can get messy really quick. Now doing this manually, just think about it. And you're doing this manually. So what can you have done? Opening each file, copying and pasting, and aligning everything. And sometimes the data format are just unarranged. This is very hard task to do. And this is very time consuming, but also leaves a lot of room for the errors. Errors like some student that are missing. So maybe while copying was missed, and the student then come that my attendance gone wrong like that. And well, then there. So here is my project come in. This name is Excel file merger system. Automated the entire process. The entire process means the process which just I tell you. Instead of spending hours, you can just simply upload those files, and in just second you can get one clean merged file with all the data combined. So it sounds right and interesting as well as. Some throughout this presentation, I'm gonna show you exactly how the system works and the technology I used to build it. And I learned from the whole experience and you also learned from this journey. So let's dive in. Let's go through the slides. Slide is about the objective. So all right. So what is the main goal of this project? Yeah, I think you can get it through the my last explanation. Well, the objective is pretty straightforward. We want to develop a system that lets user upload multiple file, more than two, three, four, five, from different subject, from different section, from different student. Uh, and based on the common column, like student, mainly in a college, there is a student enrollment number, which is a common column about it. So no more copy pasting. The system does the heavy lifting for you. Let's dive into the another slide. A lot of the user need. Okay. So from the user perspective, what do you want? What do we need? We want a web-based system or application-based system, right? Where user can easily upload those Excel file and access it. So we need a system to identify that common column, and that is the most difficult task, I think, to identify the most common column, because user don't need to specify it. And based on the common column, we have to merge all the raw data, and merge everything, and then they can download the merged file. Oh, and the interface should be simple, clean, and the real-time feedback during the process. So, I already explained it. Dive into the next. What are the functional requirements? Now let's talk about the key functionality. So the user has to upload at least two Excel file. Maybe user can upload more than two, or more than two Excel file. At least you have to upload two Excel file. The system will then automatically figure out the common column to merge the data. And once it's done, they will be able to download the final merged Excel file. Pretty simple but effective. And as I earlier explained that for the coordinator, what this task is all about. So input and output. Input. So multiple XLX file, at least two. I already explained. In file must be a common column. If there is no common column, then how can we merge it? So user have to upload the right file, and output one merged XLS file from all the system, from all the file to merge based on the common column. So it's just a repeating itself. Like automatic merging it, it's just backend doing it. So here is the front-end workflow. Just I have to explain it again and again that a user can upload their Excel files. JavaScript process the upload asynchronously. Once merged, user can download the final Excel file. Then there is the backend workflow. In backend workflow, uploaded file are temporary store using Multer. We use one of the feature of Node.js. Process the file, identify the common column. Data are merged based on the identifying common column, and my Excel file are generated and made available for the download. So the backend workflow. Let's dive into the technology stacks. Okay, so let's talk about the technological stack. For the front end, we have got HTML5 for the structure, CSS for styling, and JavaScript for interaction. Ajax handles the file uploads synchronously, so it's smooth and does not require page reloads. And for the backend, I used Node.js with Express.js to handle the server-side logic, Multer for file upload, and the XLS library for reading and merging the Excel files. Okay, so it's the good mix of technology, so make sure everything work fast and efficient. So let's talk about the challenges that we faced during the development. Mainly handling the large Excel data files and dealing with inconsistent data formatting across different files. But so learning experience, full stack development, gained experience in both front and back end development, ensuring smooth interaction between the client and server. This is So here the learning outcome, which is file upload security, which is very important. Sometimes data leaks and file tampering is done when we upload our data, and some of the data is missed. So the main aspect of the project is to when the user upload their data, the data should be safe and don't leak. And we use Multer, one thing of Node.js, which helped me for preventing data leaks and file tampering. See the section of the GitHub where my all the code for the project Excel file merge system is uploaded. You have to go to this link github.com/DEVRAJ PARMAR, then r/node. In this section, you get all the code just to implement in your system. You can visit all the code from here. Here is the brief overview about the technology which is used, features, and a project setup. Uh, so this is all from my end. Thank you. Now let's dive into the code to see how everything is implemented. I will guide you through each part and explaining how it all works together to achieve the merging the Excel file. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code. Here we go, make it full. So first, let's take a look at our project structure. As you can see, we have several keys, files, and folders. The server.js is where, so here we have app app.js file is where our backend logic resides. The public folder contain our so this is the public folder. Public folder contain our front-end files, and we also have package.json. Uh, it contain all the list of directory, Express, Smelter, XLS, which we can use during the our backend. So now let's open a app.js file where the main backend logic is implemented. At the top of the file, we have our required package. So in this section, so to implement backend logic, we need help from some of dependencies and library. Here Express is our main framework for building web servers. Multer we use for handling file upload smoothly. xlsx is a fantastic library for reading and writing Excel files. And FS stands for file system, and it allows us to read and write file on our server. So for the file we have to upload, we will use it. And path help us to work with and directory file path easily. So we use Express for server scripting. So here we create our web server with Express and set up Multer to store uploaded file in the folder name uploads. And this is the upload folder where we can get our file from the user. This line tell our server to serve static file from the folder called public. So here is the public folder. This is where we keep our front end file of HTML and CSS. So the highlighted portion, we define a route called /merge, and this is where we will handle the file uploads. We allow user to upload up to 10 Excel file at once. Here we can also decide our limit to 10. We can increase this limit also from this. And the next highlighted portion, after files are uploaded, we check if at least two files have been sent. If not, we respond with the message asking the user to upload more files. So here this is the condition. If file dot length is less than 2, then this will respond, please upload at least two file to Excel file. So we using data structure called map for reading files. Now we read each uploaded file. If after this condition satisfied that a user upload at least two file and which are from XLS format, then this will work and store the workbook object in the array called work. Here workbook is the object in which all the data from the file will store. And using common column, using the function find common column, we all the data from the workbook is going as the argument here, and it find our common column and store in the object called common column. So now next, our task is to merge all the data from which we get in common column. So in this merge workbook function, we send our workbooks and common column as the argument, which can give our data, merged data in the format. We create a new workbook and a worksheet to hold the merged data, and then append this worksheet to the new worksheet here. Here a new workbook. So after all the tasks which I explained earlier, finally we send the merged Excel file back to the user for download. After the download is completed, we delete the Excel file for the server to space. So here we use the file path from FS, and if any error is occur, so we also do error handling during this. So if there is an error like that, file will be corrupted or anything like that, and then the error show error while sending the file. Then we head to the next. So now here we use this function with explanation of the find common column. This function collects the column header from the first sheet and of each workbook, and store them into the array called common list. So from this we collect the header, which sheet to uh, convert the sheet data into the JSON format, and then return as header. And in a common column, it return it. So then we find the column that are common across all uploaded file. If we find any column, if common column, we return the first one. Otherwise, we return none. And here is the logic of it. So in common column, although we use the filter function, map and filter to find the common column. And if we can find that the common column length is greater than 0, then we can return common column first with first index. Else, if there is not any common column, it can return null value. So now continue with explanation. This is the merge workbook column. This function is where the magic begins. It merges the data based on the common column we found earlier. Mm, for each workbook, so we use for each function for it. We convert the data into the JSON format and go through each row. We use the common column as a key in our merge data object. If that key does not exist, we edit. If it doesn't exist, we merge the data filling of any value with zero. So here is all the code logic where we use across each workbook we use for each function, and we convert sheet into JSON, and then we use we merge the data from each of entries from the table. And now at the end of it, we return the objective value of merged data, which goes to the front end, and it was handled by the JavaScript asynchronous function. Then, if we are listening to the 300 code, then we give the output of server running at port 3000. Okay, let's take it. So here is a wrap up about the backend code. Now we are going to public folder, and in this public folder we have to file index and a style.css. So we are going to HTML, which define all the structure of it. So here is explanation about it. Uh, Here is the title for our great Excel file merger system, and we use a special font for our description. For better preview, I will open this one. Let me wait. So better understanding, will open this preview, and from this that we can directly understand it. So for this front end, I use this font, and here is the CSS about it. For body, I use this CSS, justify content and container. I use keyframes for the animation like that. From zero opacity 0 to 1, it can translate. So this is all about the CSS. And in body, we use a basic structure. For forming, we use only header and then the description. Then we use of a merge form ID, which can take multiple. We specially use this thing, and this is for accepting multiple entries at once. And this is the form from which we accept multiple data. We use input file to accept the type of file, and multiple accept to restrict ourselves to .xls. We use multiple xls equals to this function, and then there is a main function JavaScript. So here we go again. For JavaScript, we use add event listener to monitor user interaction, prevent default to stop the unusual form submission, and then we use file input. File input retrieve selected. Here we file retrieve selected the processing. Then so okay, after going through the code, like understanding how everything works, I hope everything is understandable. I just want to summarize what we have done until now. Just firstly, we going through the slides of objective, then demo, and after it, we are going through the code. So in this course about the outcome, we really focused on building a practical web application, especially the Excel file merger system. And like the goals was to create the tool that allow user to easily upload multiple Excel file and merge them into the one based on the common column, which is used for the attendance and the marks. And for any question answer, I'm open to ask. Just so this is a small contact information. If you have any questions about the project and anything, my email address is devrajparmar232@gmail.com. My GitHub ID devrajparmar. If all the code about this project you can find here. And thank you. So after we talk about all the technology which is used in this project, now I am diving you into the about the introduction of the Node.js and server-side scripting. In this tutorial, I will guide you how to set up a Node.js server. So in this tutorial, we will build a simple Node.js server, setting up Node.js and installing dependency. For to make a server, you need to install Node.js in your computer. So you can download it from the official website from node.js. So let's go through it. So in my Chrome, I just type node.js, and this is the first website which come, and here I click for the download and install Node. So for window, here I go for download. Just click on the then uh, download Node.js and save it. Here you can show the download scroll bar. Just click on it and it will send to you. Here, so this is already installed in my system. So for you, just click on next, 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 and Node.js should be installed in your system. So we are just heading to VS Code.